really to anyone, did you anticipate being up 47-17 and having to worry with a minute left in the game?
Well, I think we anticipated to go out there and execute on offense. We knew the defense was going to do their job on the other side. And when we saw there was 47 points on the board, we didn't honestly think really much of it because we're not worried about the scoreboard at that moment. We're worried about the next play.
Joe, when you see your coach after the game when the alma mater is played, and he's singing along with you and he's firing out a beat Navy, what does that mean to the team? I mean, he's emotionally invested in this team, right?
Well, it's certainly a blessing to have a coach that is so supportive of us and everything we do as cadets and as football players. I think the entire staff is more excited even than we are at this point. We're certainly, we got this win. We got a lot of things to work on, but coming off the field and getting a 1-0 start, that's exactly what we were looking for. So we're all excited. We're all ready to go for the next week.
Ray, what do you think you guys learned about your team today?
We learned that we can battle through adversity. We also learned that we can't let up. A couple of times where we let up, the opponent took advantage of it. And so we just got to keep going, get better every day. That's our way ahead for right now, sir.
Ken Kreitzer, Sons of the American Legion Radio. Larry Dixon, just going to ask you about your two runs. What was the blocking that set up the two plays that you had the runs, the 23-yard run and the 60-yard run?
The first one was a really good block by Shu on the left side of the line. They really got to the next level, really working. I say it all the time, best line in the country, I think. Like, they're always working to get to the second, third level. I don't know many teams that have wide receivers and tight ends who are trying to get to the second, third level and get blocks for you. That was great. And then, I talk about our backfield. These are great guys. It's Raymond Maves, Tony Giovanelli, and Terry Baggett. On the second one, I think it was Terry who got to the second level and really opened it up. So just really unselfish team and just really pumped to be a part of it.
Okay. Just going to ask Angel Santiago, what was it just running the offense in the type of heat you were playing in today?
Well, honestly, during camp and all the many practices, we practiced in hotter and when the humidity was pretty much 100%. So we've been there before. We've practiced in it, so we were kind of just pushed through the adversity, really.
You're playing the new center this year, Matt Hugenberg. How did he do today?
Matt Hugenberg did fantastic today. He's came a long way, and I trust him with everything, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season with him.
You talked about your catches. 2 catches for 69 yards.
It's pretty easy. I was relatively wide open. I just had to catch the ball. Angel did a good job of getting it there. Felt like I should have scored on a couple of them, but on both of them. But it is what it is. Made a pick, made some couple plays for my team. That's all I can ask for.
Angel, what about all the penalties today? Was that just like a first game jitter kind of thing, or because everything seemed to blow up at once with this, that, and the other thing?
I think that comes with us needing to be more precise and focusing on the next play. Got the crowd going, and the game was getting on the line towards the end there. We need to be more precise. We need to be more focused, and we got to minimize those little mistakes.
Josh, just getting a good read on the quarterback and a good jump on the passes. I saw your 2 interceptions. Was that what it was? It seemed like you were dialed into Licata on those 2 picks.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. Chris made it easy for me once he made the pick. Decided to come to my side, and I just made a good play on both of the balls. But D-line was making some great plays to put me in positions like that.
Chris, the secondary, they throw that deep pass on the 3rd down play late in the game. You were able to get your hands on it. Can you just talk about the big plays you guys made today?
It just comes down to, wanting to work for your team. It's like we've gone through a lot, training camp, the hot summers. We build this camaraderie, wanting to play for each other, do things for each other, don't want to let your brothers down. And, I just didn't want that pressure to let my team down. So.
Any other questions for the players? Go ahead in the back, man.
This one's for Larry Dixon. So, getting that 23-yard touchdown run early on, if that shifted moment when you guys were down, just to get on the board like that first quarter?
I think when we came in, I think the offense had a great mindset that we're going to go down and score. I think we have a really good camaraderie. We just really banded together. So I don't know if I shifted it because I think we came in with a good mentality today. I think everybody's on the same page, and I think that we really are just going to work as an offense. You can't say enough about the secondary. We knew the defense was going to step up. They kind of got behind, and then bend, don't break mentality, just held them to a field goal. So we were already in the game. We didn't really feel that we lost anything. I thought our team was playing strong and just really good to be happy to be a part of it.
Is there a different atmosphere? This is for everyone. Is there a different atmosphere with Coach Monken now? Can you just kind of feel it? How would you kind of describe kind of his team?
I think the biggest thing is just the accountability that we hold ourselves to. It's huge, and with that accountability and focusing on the little things that make the big things happen, there's an opportunity to really celebrate. And I mean, Coach Monken came in the locker room today after the game, and he was going nuts. It was awesome to see how excited just this entire program is about Army football this year. We have a lot of opportunities coming ahead to get better, really improve off of this week, and build on this 1-0 start.
For the seniors, you guys are coming off where you're starting the season off with a W. Do you guys kind of feel, in the new head coach, do you guys kind of feel like you have to kind of step up and some of the younger guys in the squad and want to focus on?
I think the biggest thing again is we're in a position now where this is our last go around. I mean, this was our last home opener of college football, and that makes everything all that more meaningful and all that. I think Coach Monken's done an outstanding job, really again holding everybody accountable, and he calls on us to hold everybody else accountable as well. That inter squad mentality of making sure everyone does their job. Their coach talked about today doing your 1/11th of on the field. Everyone has their job to do in order to help the team be successful, and we accomplished that. We had our backs up against the wall, and we made it happen. And here we go, 1-0.
Go ahead, Alex.
Angel, first possession, you guys fumble the ball, give it away, but you're able to bounce right back. Was composure the best trait about this team today and being able to hold on and battle back?
I would say that, we came out and fumbled, which was solely on me. But we've practiced through many situations. We've practiced, such many different factors such as heat or injuries, and we looked at that as just another thing that we need to overcome. And so the offense collectively, we knew what we can do, we knew we were capable, and we just came out and we executed.
Go ahead, Bob.
Larry, it seemed every time today you gave someone a dirty look, you broke the little line. Was it just one of those times when you're just hitting the right spot at the right time, or?
Say again, sir?
No, I said you were breaking through the line today as if, okay.
I can't just talk about the offensive line enough. I mean, it's just tremendous block, and there's just gaping holes there. And then again, running backs who are just the next level. I mean, like I said, Terry Baggett getting to the next level, Maeve's crushed a linebacker as I'm running through. I mean, it's just guys working real hard and blocking well. I'm just really fortunate to be a part of it. Surrounded by the best offensive line, I feel like, and I got probably the best group of guys in the backfield to share the ball with. And then, you see a kid like Angel, when he pitches the ball, he's trying to get to the next level, and he's looking for the next guy. I think we really have a great mentality of just working for each other, so I'm just just blessed to be a part of it.
Beautiful. All right, guys, thank you very much. So welcome. We'll begin. Coach Monken will make an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm really proud of our team finding a way to win. And it was an exciting game, and certainly was a game that could have been over a long time ago. We had ourselves in position to put it away, and we didn't. As much as a disappointment as that is, not being able to just kind of stick the nail in the coffin, as they say, to finish the game off. We found a way to win, and our guys were faced with some adversity. Credit Buffalo. They made some really good plays. They got some good players on their team. And that quarterback was very poised. They threw it 50 times. It looked like he completed about every one of them. The ones that he didn't, they were he was either throwing them into the stands or they were getting dropped. But he was putting it on the money. And he's a good player, and they got some good receivers, and credit their offensive line. We didn't get much pressure on him at all. I don't know if we got a sack, and throwing it 50 times and no sacks. And we were rushing 3 a lot. But they really did a nice job. They did a good job defensively. They were good tacklers. That was one thing impressed me about them. They got guys to the ground. So I really want to give credit to Coach Quinn and his staff and the job that they did today and the unbelievable effort at the end of the game to come back like that. But I was proud of our team. And our team hasn't won a lot of football games here in the last few years. And for our guys to kind of get their backs pushed to the wall like that and still find a way to win, I thought was promising and something we can build on. We're going to have to improve tremendously. We made enough mistakes. Just looked like an undisciplined team. And the unforced errors, jumping off sides and lining up incorrectly, 12 penalties, 8 in the first half, the turnovers, and that's squarely on me. I got to do a better job. I got to prepare our team better. I got to get our guys not to make those mistakes. And if we'll do that, then that'll give us a chance in all the rest of the games. If we continue to play like we did today with that many errors, mental mistakes, and foolish penalties, and turning the ball over, we're not going to win very many games. So our guys understand that, I hope, and we talked about that immediately following the game. But again, it's a victory, and certainly reason to celebrate, and we're excited to get the first one and to move on now to Stanford.
Open it up for questions. Go ahead, Charles.
Yes, Charles Grievous with GoBlackKnights.com. Coach, first of all, congratulations on your first Army win. The last time Army had a lead going into the third quarter was last year against Western Kentucky. Can you just share with us what you said to the team at halftime in terms of going into the third quarter?
Well, I don't think this is a venue I could repeat what I said at halftime. So, no, I wasn't pleased at all with the way we were playing. We made enough mistakes in the first half. We could lose 3 football games. So we weren't playing very well at all, and we've got higher standards than that. And we didn't come out in the second half and do much about it. We continued to make the same mistakes. So we talked about that and just trying to do the best we could to be the best team we possibly can be, and that's a challenge every day, and that's something that is on each of us, our coaches, our players. That we got to work to get better, and you get in those football games, and all of the fundamentals that we've taught. Sometimes it looks like they've gone right out the window, and guys get so excited, so charged up to play, and when you get hit in the heat of battle, you got to play fundamental football. And we didn't do that at times, and that's why we made some mistakes. We talked to them about that at halftime, and went out there and tried to execute better.
Final question for me. How do you feel the winter conditioning as well as summer conditioning impacted your team going into the fourth quarter and being able to withstand Buffalo's comeback?
I think our team's in good shape. We condition hard. We condition hard in the off season. We condition at the end of practices and really push our guys. Demand a lot of them, and I don't ever want there to be a time where we get into a game where our guys get tired and physically they can't go. They can't continue to go full speed. So I think our guys handle it well.
Go ahead, Ron.
Coach, discipline is obviously never really a mistake with a West Point team. What do you then credit all the penalties to? Just first game and they still haven't got totally chemistry, or what exactly?
Lack of discipline. I think you're wrong about that. These guys are college-age kids just like every other football team, and just because they go to school here doesn't mean their discipline's not a problem. It's and I don't mean being troublemakers kind of discipline, but being disciplined with fundamentals, being disciplined with technique, holding on to the ball exactly like it's supposed to be held on to, and putting your eyes exactly where they're supposed to be, and wrapping your arms and getting in great position to make a tackle. That takes self-discipline. It's not easy to do. It's easier to just stand up and not bend your knees and not get in a football position. Discipline enough to come off the ball really hard every single play and knock that guy off the ball. And sometimes you get lulled into, well, I just knocked a guy off the ball the last time, maybe he won't come hard again, and all of a sudden he's teeing off on you, and you've let down your guard a little bit. So when you have 12 penalties, there's a problem. And the problem's sitting right up here. I got to take care of it, and I will.
Go ahead, Sal.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the celebration? You were in front of the team and singing the alma mater, and I saw you throw your hat up and say "Beat Navy." It was a pretty emotional victory for you, right? Afterwards too.
Well, there's 4,000 students over there that are standing out there in the sun, and are living and dying on every play with our team. And part of the celebration is for them. We represent that Corps of Cadets. And so when we went over there, it should be a moment to celebrate. And they ought to get excited about it. And we need all 4,000 of them to have our backs every time they're there, to be yelling, to be into the game, to be enjoying it, to be celebrating, and to be the 12th man for us. So, I want every opportunity when we get a chance to go over there and celebrate, make sure we celebrate.
How much did the Bacon penalty bother you in the first half with the unsportsmanlike conduct?
Every penalty bothers me, especially a foolish penalty. And that was a foolish penalty. And he wasn't the only one that had one, but I'm sure you saw my reaction that I wasn't very pleased.
Go ahead, Ken.
Coach Ken Kreitzer, Sons of the American Legion Radio. Your running game, 7 touchdowns today, 341 yards. How'd you feel about your running backs and the blocking up front?
I thought at times we really moved the ball well. I thought our offensive line did a nice job knocking them out of there at times. Other times we got stuffed, and we can't be a one-hit wonder. Have a really good play and then get knocked back the next play. We've got to be more consistent with the way we run the ball. We didn't read it right all the time. I think the quarterbacks will acknowledge, they didn't always make the right decision, and our decision making's got to get a little better there. And when we do, there's going to be some more seams there where he might have handed the ball off a time or two when he shouldn't have, and there wasn't much there. But there might have been something on the perimeter, and vice versa. And at times we really did a nice job of blocking the edge and blocking the perimeter. We had some plays on the toss and on the option where we pitched it, and we got some people knocked down. And other times we flopped on the ground and missed the tackle, and they got us at the line of scrimmage. So we ran the ball, and we hit some big plays. We had some long runs. What we've got to do is be able to consistently hit those 3, 4, 5 yard plays and keep the sticks moving, and we got to do that better.
Coach, on defense, your pass coverage really was what you're depending on. It's hard to have a pass rush today. Is that something you want to work on, your pass rush?
Oh, we'd like to. You saw the size of their guys? Yeah. They wouldn't fit through the door over there. I mean, they're big. And like I said, we were rushing 3 guys at times. And when you do that, and they got 5 offensive linemen, 2 guys are getting double teamed. So that happened quite a bit. They were checked down, a lot of check downs with their backs. So their back would go through the edge of one of the defensive linemen to help one of their offensive linemen just secure the block and then slip out, and they dump in the ball. They did a nice job. I mean, they did a good job protecting their quarterback. If we're going to get better at rushing the passer, we're either going to have to draft some new guys or come up with 82 different blitzes and play a lot of man-to-man. And we can't get any new guys. We got who we got, and that doesn't mean they're bad players. But you saw their guys and you saw ours. There's going to be some physical mismatches sometimes. Sometimes we're going to do a great job rushing the passer. We'll sit in here at times and say, boy, Coach, today you guys really did a great job rushing the passer. It's going to be the same guys. But, a lot of it had to do with the fact that we were rushing 3, and we were trying to keep them from hitting balls over the top. And I thought our guys did a really good job of that, eliminating the long ball, making them throw short stuff underneath. At times it was a little bit, they were getting it a little bit too easily. But, we're going to improve, I hope. We're going to need to. But our guys battled. They played their hearts out. They played as hard as they could. It wasn't a matter of they weren't trying. We're going to have to do a better job and get some edges, and we'll improve as the season goes along, I hope.
The backfield had 3 interceptions today, which really helped.
Two were just great plays. I thought Josh made 2 outstanding plays to intercept those balls, and then Carnegie got that one just before half, and I thought he was going to score with it. But setting up that score before halftime was big, and getting it to 21. It's the difference in a football game.
Go ahead, Ron.
Coach, talk about Larry Dixon's play today.
Larry ran the ball really hard. I was really pleased with the way he ran, as well as all the running backs. I thought all those guys were really doing a good job of trying to find the creases and keep their shoulders square and gain positive yards. They weren't getting knocked back. At least they were falling forward and trying to get that extra yard. I thought Matt did a good job when Larry was out. Kept Larry fresh. I think that's a pretty decent 1-2 punch at B-back. I was pleased to see Larry get out of there and outrun that guy, and that guy was diving at his heels, and I thought he was going to get caught, and he had enough speed to get away from him, which was great to see. He runs really hard. He plays really hard. He cares about this team. And I don't know if there's anybody on our team gives a better effort than Larry Dixon.
Any other questions for Coach? Go ahead, Alex.
Coach, 7 of 7 through the air. What do you think of the passing game for you?
We hit some plays on play action, and we had a couple throwbacks. We had the one throwback to that was a wheel route to Raymond Maples. We had the 3rd and 14, which was the drag route, he kind of slipped out. We sprinted up to the left and threw it back over to the right side. So we had a few that were kind of wide open. Hit a couple hitch routes out there on the edge, high percentage throws. We had the long throw to Edgar Poe right down the middle of the field. He was wide open. We didn't find him early enough, or he probably would have scored on the play. But we kind of threw it up in the air, and he went and got it. And so we had some throws that were open. And when we don't throw the ball out, we run the ball a lot. So that the defense is obviously going to concentrate on the run game and try to stop the run game. And oftentimes that leaves opportunities, especially with play action, that if we're running the ball successfully, hopefully those are going to open up.
Is it a plan to have Raymond Nichols kind of be a little more featured in the passing game?
I'd like not to feature the passing game at all, but we're a run team. I like to run the ball. I like to feature all those guys running the football, but we'll throw it, when we need to, and when the defense plays so heavily on the run that it's making it difficult, that's when the opportunities to pass the ball kind of come up in the game.
Any other questions for Coach? Thank you, sir.
Thanks.